Hi everyone, I'm Shauna Carter with Alma Waterways, and it's my pleasure to talk to you today about the beautiful destination, Egypt. And of course, this would include the longest river in the world, the Nile. For those of you who maybe aren't familiar with Alma Waterways, we've been in business now since 2002, celebrating our 18th anniversary this year. These three families, Rudy Schreiner, Christine Karst, and Gary Murphy, founded Alma Waterways so that they could bring these incredible river cruise experiences to our guests from North America and also from around the world. So today, talking about this incredible destination in Egypt and also some other opportunities to visit places like Dubai, come into Jordan to see the ancient city of Petra, and also into Israel for a taste of this area, visiting Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and even going out to the Dead Sea. So our program will begin in September of 2021, and it'll go all the way to the end of December 2022. The only time we will not be sailing is June, July, and August because it's just too hot. So if you want to know about the temperatures in the other months, please reach out to your travel advisor and they'll be able to give you more information on the different temperatures throughout the year. Of course, wintertime probably being the coolest. Now, the first optional package that we're offering is 3 nights in Dubai, and we'll be staying at the beautiful JW Marriott Hotel. You can see that tall building in the background there, and that is the Burj Khalifa. It is actually today the largest, tallest building in the world. And Dubai is very well known for its incredible architecture and even, a big, huge mall with a ski resort inside. So staying at the hotel, you'll have beautiful views of the sea, and we'll be able to take in some tours of the city. And of course, you'll have your Alma Waterways representative with you the entire time you're there as we go touring out to the sand dunes. We'll do a beautiful evening dinner under the stars. We'll even have the opportunity to go out to Abu Dhabi, which is actually the capital of the United Arab Emirates, and visit this incredible mosque, the Zayed Grand Mosque. It's actually not that old. It was only built in the 80s, but you'll come here on Fridays and find over 40,000 people taking prayers. So now we're going to move over to Jordan. This would be another pre-cruise optional tour if you'd like to see this part of the world. And we'll be staying here at the St. Regis in Amman, and then for 2 nights, and then we'll also have 2 nights at the beautiful Old Village Resort. We wanted to do a combination of a gorgeous hotel and then another wonderful hotel, but more authentic in terms of it being family owned and right in the area of Petra. So coming into Petra, as I say, this is one of the oldest cities in the world, established in 312, and again, rediscovered in the 1800s. And so you'll visit this area, plus also seeing, for example, this building, the Treasury, which is built out of one rock, like it's all carved into that one rock. It is really, truly an incredible sight to see. Now, we'll head over to Cairo, where our journey will begin on our package of 11 nights. You'll have 4 nights in this beautiful capital city, right along the Nile, staying in the gorgeous Four Seasons Hotel. The old part of Cairo is about a kilometer away, but we wanted to be able to offer you the opportunity to stay along the river, be surrounded by gardens, and have a little bit more relaxing environment after your, 3 days of touring. So the beautiful Four Seasons is situated right along the Nile, and you'll have beautiful accommodations. Your breakfast will be included every morning. We will have lunch included, but we won't be at the hotel because we'll be out touring. But when you come back in the evening, you'll have time to relax and try maybe one of the incredible restaurants at the hotel, or venture off into the city to one of the recommended restaurants there. Day 2, we'll be visiting the Egyptian Museum, 120,000 artifacts here, including King Tut treasures. And so we'll spend our time there, and then we'll also have time for lunch at the Nakib Mafusa restaurant, which is a beautiful, very highly recommended restaurant. And then we'll carry on and do some more touring to see things like the Kalili Market, the oldest, 700 years old. This is where you'll find one of the original cafes, so long before Starbucks, but a great opportunity to see all the artisans and the workmanship of these stalls and shops throughout this incredible mosque or market, pardon me. Then we'll go over to the Alabaster Mosque and tour through here. This particular mosque, you will need to have your shoulders covered, but of course your Alma Waterways tour guide will be able to tell you all about that. As well, on our tour, you will have 3 Egyptologists traveling with you. And these folks are studied in all things Egypt. So history, religion, art, culture, food, everything, and they'll be able to answer all your questions. And they'll be traveling with us the entire time. So on day 3, we're going to head over to see the pyramids, the Great Pyramids of Giza, the last survivor of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. Today there's the 7 new wonders of the world, but this is the last remaining of the ancient wonders of the world. And then on day 3, we'll also see the Great Sphinx, and then we'll have lunch at the beautiful Mena House, which is a very well-known hotel, and this restaurant is highly recommended. And of course, look at that incredible view in the background. You get to see the pyramids right there while you're having lunch. Now on day 4, we're going to fly to Luxor so we can embark the ship, our beautiful new Amadalia. And this is only 36 staterooms. Right now, all I have are artist renderings of the ships, but you can see there's window staterooms, balcony staterooms, and then of course we will have suites as well. And up top, we'll have shaded areas on the sun deck. This just gives you sort of an overview. And of course, you can again check with your travel advisor in terms of what type of accommodation you might like, but you'll have the window staterooms at 194 square feet large, right through to the balconies, 226, 370, or into the suites, which are 430 square feet. So the beautiful views will be the vistas up top, and also from the lounge and the main restaurant, you'll have, it's a very small ship, so you will certainly have incredible views as we sail along the Nile River. And again, these are just artist renderings of the ship, but to give you a sense of that intimate feeling inside, this will be the lounge area. And then of course you'll see this chef's table over on the side there, on the right-hand side. This will be an alternative restaurant that of course is complimentary and will accommodate 12 people at a time. Most of the food will be European, but we'll also have some Egyptian specialties as well. So you can see the local cuisine, and you'll have that all while you're on board. Up top is the sun deck, swimming pool, shaded area. So it's going to be a very, very comfortable ship for your time while we're on the Nile. So that's just to give you an artist drawing there of one of the staterooms. So on our first day there, of course, we're going to go over to the Luxor Temple. This is the Valley of the Kings. This is what this is known as. And you'll see many, many temples and tombs along the way. I'm not going to go into great detail on them all, but your Egyptologist, of course, is going to explain all of this to you. Now, for all of these temple sites, you don't need to have shoulders or knees covered. You do, however, need to have some really comfortable shoes, because I'm sure you can see just in this picture alone that, you know, some of the stones can be uneven and such, and you don't want to, you want to make sure you have good footing. So good, comfortable shoes. A lot of the tours through these areas are about an hour to an hour and a half long. So we'll also have time to see the temple of Queen Hatshepsut, easy for me to say, but this queen was very highly respected. She was known as a very strong woman. And when you actually go and look at the carvings of her, the figurines, you'll notice that some of them kind of have a mustache or they have big, strong muscles because they thought of her as a very, very strong woman. And then you'll come in to see Queen Nefertari. She was the wife of King Ramses II. This is known as the Valley of the Queens because the remains of about 30 queens and princesses are here in this tomb. And then you'll see a lot of the drawings on the walls and the carvings and the writings, which of course were, a lot of that was what King Ramses had sent to his wife, Queen Nefertari. And just more photos of this incredible area. Into the Temple of Horus, 230 BC. It's one of the best preserved temples in the world. It is a UNESCO site. And then we're going to sail on to Aswan and head down there, where we're going to have an optional tour to Abu Simbel. Now, Abu Simbel is very, very well known because it was right on the Nile River. And not very long ago, less than probably 60 years ago, they were going to dam the Nile River to create Lake Nasser. And so in doing so, this would have flooded out Abu Simbel. This temple site is to pay tribute to King Ramses II and Queen Nefertari. And so what they did is they moved the entire site 200 feet up and 600 feet southwest, I believe, of where they were originally. And I mean, when you come in here and see this site, it's a marvel that they could even do that. So this will be a optional tour, as I say, where it's not included in our program because we do have to fly down here from Aswan. And the tour is about $430 to $450 Canadian per person, depending on when you're traveling. And as I say, it is optional, but we do ask that if you'd like to go, you book it in advance when you're booking your trip, just so we know how many people are coming. If you do wait to book it when you come on the ship, we may not be able to get space, and it will probably cost a lot more money. So if you are interested in seeing this incredible site, please ask your travel advisor to book it for you when they're booking your trip on the Nile. So we will fly down there and see the temple. We'll be down there about 2 hours. It's about an hour flight, and then we'll come back. And then we're going to have a very traditional, these are called felucca boats. You'll see them all along the Nile, especially in the Luxor area. And we'll take a boat ride over to the Nubian village, where we'll walk through again and see all the artisans and the market. And then we're going to have lunch with the folks that live in this particular village. And we thought it would be a great idea to have you experience the local people from this area and look at their beautiful homes. Every home is decorated a little bit differently because it tells the story of the family that lives in that home. So we will spend time there, and then we'll carry on back to the ship. So on day 8, Komombo is another one of our incredible tours that will be, or temples, sorry, that we'll be visiting, known for the falcon god. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name in Egyptian, but again, each temple, each tomb, everywhere we go has its own history. And your Egyptologist, who will be traveling with you, will be able to explain all of this to you and also give you the opportunity to ask, questions and find out the deeper history of all these incredible sites. The Temple of Karnak, which is probably the largest, I think it's one of the largest in the world, actually. It's 200 acres. It's definitely the largest in Egypt. So you'll be visiting this temple. And then on day 10, we'll go in to see the Temple of Hathor. This is, again, one of the very best preserved. You can see all the stones there. This would have been reflecting pools, not swimming pools, but, you know, just reflection to create that beautiful light on this particular temple. So we will head back after that on the ship. We'll be flying back from Luxor back into Cairo, where we'll spend our last night of our 11-night package in this incredible city again. And on our last day there, we have a very special day planned because we're able to take you over to the Abdeen Presidential Palace. Now, the president himself still stays here, not all the time, mostly when he's in the city or when he's got dignitaries and such visiting. They are very, well, this palace is very well known for its artwork. It's got several museums inside, and we're going to include this tour. It's not very often you see this tour included. So we'll tour through the palace, and to make it extra special for our last day together, we're going to have lunch right in the palace. After that, we'll be doing a little bit more touring. We'll go over to Ben Azra Synagogue, and we'll see some more sights of the city itself, and come back to the Four Seasons for your last night. We'll let you, you know, spend your time on your own for the last night, because the next morning is when you would be leaving, unless you're coming with us to Israel, and the flights leave fairly early in the morning. If you do decide to come to Israel with us, you can have a little taste of this incredible part of the world, and again, more exceptional history. So coming into Jerusalem, we'll be here for 4 nights, staying at the beautiful Waldorf Astoria Hotel. So while you're in Israel with us, you will actually be coming over to see Masada, this incredible ancient city again, where the first Roman-Jewish war took place. You can see on the left-hand side, there's a little cable car station there. And so we can ride that up. A girlfriend of mine came here when she was a teenager, and she actually walked up to the top of the mountain. So you can walk up, but we will not be. You can see, I think, you know, some people down below there, but in the distance you can see the Dead Sea. We'll also be visiting Tel Aviv. We'll go to Old Jaffa, the port city. We'll see the tomb of King David. We'll see Bethlehem, which is, you know, 2,055 years old. And then we will have time to go out to the Dead Sea, so you can have a float should you care to, or even, you know, shop and buy some of the beautiful salts from the sea here. We'll have lunch, and that will be our time in Israel. So now I have gone through this very quickly, but I did just want to give you a quick overview of this incredible destination and all that there is to see and do. I do want to mention again about inclusions. So for the 11 nights Cairo and the cruise, you'll have 4 nights in Cairo, 7 nights on the ship, the Amadalia. While you're on the ship, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, of course, and all the snacks are included. You'll have sparkling wine at breakfast. You'll have beautiful beer, wine, soft drinks, coffees, bottled water available at lunch and dinner. Unlimited. Bottled water, of course, is always available, except we don't do plastic anymore. We're doing more like a Tetra Pak or a glass bottle to try and be more environmentally friendly. And we'll have happy hour every day on the ship as well. And that'll be an hour before dinner, so you can have whatever kind of cocktails you'd like, or some wine, or some beer. So that will be included on your cruise. When we're in Cairo, your breakfast will be included as well as your lunch, giving you your evenings free to enjoy that beautiful city. So as we're touring, you can look through, we do have our new brochure out. If you want to look through and just look at all the inclusions, by all means, you can do that as well. Now, we understand today that we're not traveling right now. We know down the road, you know, travel will come back again, and you know, so we'll be ready to do that when it's safe to do so, and when all travel advisories are lifted and such. So we're looking at this every day, and we know the time will come when we can, head over to these incredible different destinations. And of course, with Egypt, this is not even starting until September of 2021. If you are interested in traveling, our Travel Waiver Plus gives you that peace of mind insurance. Your travel advisor, of course, will be able to offer you your medical insurance, cancellation, what have you. But our Travel Waiver Plus is only 170 Canadian per person, and it'll protect your investment right up until 24 hours prior to departure of your travel with us. So if you just decide not to go or what have you, that's okay. Any penalties will be put into a future cruise credit, and anything that can be refunded will be. So that's just something to let you know about moving forward. Again, I thank you so much for your time today. If you have any questions, please reach out to your travel advisor. I know they'd love to chat with you about this incredible destination. And in the meantime, stay at home, stay safe, and be kind. And thank you again. Bye for now.